on Ignite News. Mohawk gets a community garden.
And it's our main mission to support sustainable food systems.
Local artist Danielle Bowden releases her first CD.
There'll be a new album. I don't know if it'll be the same direction as this one. It might be thinking a little bit more country.
And Hamilton City Councilors discuss a new plan to diminish impoverished areas in the city. All this and more coming up on your Ignite News today.
Good morning and welcome to your Ignite News for Tuesday, October 8th. I'm Scott Summerhays.
And I'm Alicia Gallant. Here's what's making news.
Ontario's Auditor General is expected to release a report today that will outline the costs of the cancelled gas plants in Oakville and Mississauga. In last year's report, there were discrepancies in how much the Mississauga plant cost, and it appears there will be similar inconsistencies concerning the Oakville plant this year. More details will be revealed later today about the Liberal government's controversial decisions.
The City of Hamilton is conducting a $50,000 study in an effort to combat the city's graffiti problem. The study will consist of documenting graffiti found in what the city calls control areas. These areas are chosen based on resident complaints. The goal of this new project is to avoid spending unnecessary dollars on a problem that is difficult to manage. Hamilton Police will cooperate, and results will lead to the implementation of new strategies next year.
A Hamilton man is facing pornography charges after police were tipped by German investigators. 41-year-old Kenneth McGeen is accused of accessing videos and images and sharing them online. Hamilton police are conducting further investigations into the computers and devices they seized from the accused.
British scientist Peter Higgs and Belgian physicist Francois Englert have been awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics for their work predicting the existence of the Higgs boson particle. The particle explains why matter has mass. Without the Higgs boson, the universe as we know it wouldn't exist. Peter Higgs predicted the boson decades ago, but it was only detected last year and since has been lauded one of physics' most important discoveries. The Nobel Prize is not just a medal. The scientists have been awarded the Swedish equivalent of $1.25 million.
Critics of a plan to increase capacity of an oil pipeline that runs through some of Canada's biggest population centres say they'll continue to fight. Supporters of the Idle No More movement have protested all week to rally against Enbridge's plan, among other things. The line currently ships oil from Montreal out west. Enbridge hopes to reverse the direction and run bitumen from Alberta to Montreal and further. One portion of the line from Sarnia to just past Hamilton has already gained approval for reversal and has been sending oil since August.
Mohawk College has a new community garden. Ignite News reporter Brittany Medeiros has the story.
Tomatoes, grapes, and pumpkins are just some of the fresh produce Mohawk College is offering to students. This past June, the shovels went into the ground when Mohawk's Sustainability Office launched an on-campus garden project. Mohawk's Sustainability Manager, Alan Griffith, explains the process of how this garden came to life.
The community garden comes out of our environmental management plan. Our ECOS committee, which is a student committee that supports environmental issues on campus, and some faculty in the School of Human Services really started putting their ideas behind what that community garden would look like. And then the sustainability office, in line with those two groups, started laying the groundwork for what a community garden was.
Griffith's main goal is to build on Hamilton's growing sustainable food system.
And it's our main mission to support sustainable food systems and this growing trend within the city of Hamilton.
The Mohawk Community Garden provides a variety of produce for the school to use, like these tomatoes here.
Another great aspect of this garden is that the produce grown is used in some of the eating places in the school, like Urban Fork and the Lunchbox. Mohawk's kitchen manager, Greg McLaughlin, seems excited about the amount of fresh ingredients used in their food.
At the start of the year, we obviously were able to harvest quite a bit that we grew over the summer. There were a large number of vegetables and some fruits. We actually tried growing cantaloupe melon this summer as well, which was really cool. We also grew a lot of herbs and quite a few different types of hot peppers, so scotch bonnets, jalapenos, banana peppers. We grew the whole gamut in our garden. We made a paste out of all of those hot peppers, and that's what we're using all year to make our suicide sauce for our chicken wings.
McLaughlin hopes to redefine the way people think about their food.
And it's also good just to refine the way that we grow food, to better understand the way ingredients work, and then also to try and build the farm to fork atmosphere of freshness that we try and strive for in all of our food operations at the MSA.
Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Brittany Medeiros.
Mohawk's justice and wellness students are adapting to their new home at Mohawk's Fennel campus. Ignite News reporter Megan Facciolo has more.
We have some new neighbors on Mohawk's Fennel campus. Both justice and health and wellness programs have moved into the newly renovated C Wing. The programs were previously taught at Mohawk's Brantford Elgin campus, but the building has now been gifted to the Six Nations Polytech School. Majority of justice and health and wellness students live in the greater Hamilton areas and are benefiting from the move.
Yeah, for me it's easier. I just take the city bus in, whereas driving to Brantford is a half-hour drive every day that I need to save money on.
Academic officials say they now have a lot more resources and state-of-the-art classrooms at their disposal. These classes include a courtroom, a use of force area, a health and wellness center with all new equipment, and a tactical house setup for practical scenarios.
Renovations are still underway, but expected to be done within the semester. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Megan Facciolo.
Hamilton City Council has selected 11 neighborhoods for urban renewal projects. Ignite News reporter Rachel Williams has the details.
City councilors sat in chambers on October 2nd listening to the first annual report of Hamilton's Neighborhood Action Strategy. Led by Paul Johnson, director of NAS, the presentation shed light on an initiative that aims to improve impoverished areas in the city.
We're working in 11 neighborhoods right now to develop resident-led neighborhood action plans. And then the other side of the work is to work with all of our staff here at the City of Hamilton to help communities implement those actions.
After a series of surveys and consultations, the 11 areas in need of urban renewal include Stinson, Jamesville, Keith, Gibson Lansdale, South Sherman, Beasley, Crown Point, McQuestion, Riverdale, Davis Creek, and Rolston. According to Johnson, the NAS has worked tirelessly to survey the demographics of these areas and are now in the process of making the recommended changes.
There's about 315 distinct actions, and now we're in the process of implementing them. Some are being implemented by residents on their own, and then others are being implemented with the help of the city, and whether it's through our departments or whether it's through our funding, we're helping to make sure that all our neighborhoods are great places to live, work, play, and learn.
The 315 potential actions presented by the NAS include community cleanups, planting gardens, home renovations, summer camps, and redesigning parks. Presenting with the NAS was an expert in urban renewal from Seattle, Jim Tiers.
It's wonderful to be in Hamilton, get inspired by what's happening here, and I think in many ways Hamilton's become the leader in Canada for how to get government re-engaged with their communities and to really support community initiatives.
City councilors all expressed high hopes for the initiative, but concerns were raised about funding. Ward 8 Councillor Terry Whitehead argued that taxpayers should not be charged if they're not being extended the same services as the other 11 neighborhoods. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Rachel Williams.
That's all we have for you in news. Dimitri Pertikaris in sports has some details about the MLB. Let's head over to him for that and more.
Thanks, Scott. Well, the MLB playoffs are in full swing, and yes, we have seen the first team eliminated from the postseason already this year. The LA Dodgers took down the Atlanta Braves 4-3. LA takes that series 3-1. Meanwhile, in Game 3 of the ALDS, the Rays get back into their series, defeating the Boston Red Sox 5-4. Boston now has a 2-1 series lead over there. And in NHL news, the Edmonton Oilers beat the New Jersey Devils 5-4 with a great come-from-behind victory. The Oilers actually erased a 3-0 deficit to win in the shootout. The victory also marked the first game back for top-line center Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Over to some Mohawk Mountaineers varsity news. The Mohawk men's soccer team came to a 1-1 draw with Redeemer on Monday. The women, on the other hand, came out with a huge 5-0 victory over Redeemer with the win. They go over to a qualifying match against Conestoga this Saturday. And that is all for me. That is all for me with your sports. Let's head over to Chris Luckett with your entertainment news.
Thanks, Dimitri. Gravity set a box office record this weekend. The space thriller earned $55 million in its first 3 days, the most of any movie released in October ever. Gravity's earnings beat the previous record of $53 million held by Paranormal Activity 3. The box office gross is a career best for both Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. Ignite News reporter Casey Wren caught up with Danielle Bowden, a local singer-songwriter who has a big day coming up this week. Casey, how would you describe Danielle's music?
Chris, I would say it's a mix of country and pop. Danielle has a CD release party coming up on October 10th. Danielle Bowden is a Hamilton musician who is about to release her very first CD. Music has always been a big part of her life. She even recruited some neighborhood friends to be in a band with her when she was a young kid.
And we'd put on concerts in the backyard and make all of our parents come and watch and dress up like the Spice Girls or something, and thought we were pretty cool doing that, but it was fun.
Growing up, she found musical inspiration close to home.
My dad's influence was pretty great. There was always music on in the house growing up, always music.
Even with a CD on the way, Bowden wasn't always prepared for the spotlight. Her first big show was at a place in Toronto called the Central.
I was not ready for that. I thought I was, but when I went up in front of all those people and I was like totally like deer in the headlights, I went to go play my own songs, forgot all the words to my own songs, which is not a good thing. I got through it, but it was a little bit painful.
It hasn't always been an easy road, considering how much cost can be put into making a CD. Bowden guessed there was about 10 grand put into this one. But she said it was all worth it and that she would, and intends to, do it all again.
There'll be a new album. I don't know if it'll be the same direction as this one. It might be thinking a little bit more country, a little bit more roots, Americana type stuff, but we'll see.
Bowden's CD is set to be released on October 10th. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Casey Wren.
Now let's check out this week's Tech Talk with Cole Sutton Green Hall. This week, Cole is looking at the Galaxy Note 3.
Samsung's latest phone offering features a large 5.7-inch screen, far larger than most other cell phones on the market. They have not put this extra screen real estate to waste though, utilizing a multi-window feature to allow 2 apps to be open at the same time. In addition to this large screen, Samsung bundles all Note 3s with what they call the S Pen, a stylus that allows you to seamlessly draw right onto your screen like a notebook. The Note 3 also comes packed with the latest version of Android and all the features previously found on Samsung's other flagship phone, the Galaxy S4, such as air gestures and eye scroll. These bells and whistles wouldn't be possible without the blazing fast 2.3 GHz quad-core CPU and Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset found on board.
That's all for Tech Talk this week, Mohawk. I'll see you next week when we're discussing the latest in tech information.
Bryan Cranston is going from playing a drug kingpin to a U.S. president. Cranston will make his Broadway debut this winter in All the Way, a drama about former President Lyndon Baines Johnson. The show will chronicle LBJ taking over the presidency after the assassination of JFK. Cranston is best known for playing Walter White, the anti-hero of AMC's recently concluded Breaking Bad. Local punk band Thought Beneath Film recently signed with Maple Music. Ignite Entertainment reporter Neil Reyes spoke with them about the Hamilton music scene.
Following the release of their latest single, Cartographers, Thought Beneath Film will be heading across Canada. But before they leave, they join us here at Ignite News. Well, we'll start from the beginning. Thought Beneath Film. Where did you guys come up with the name?
It's from an Emily Dickinson poem, actually, and at the end of the day, I don't know, just like what it kind of symbolized, and it's what we're trying to do musically, the whole concept of there being more beneath the surface of something. So on the surface, a lot of people interpret us as being a straight up pop rock band, but there's a little more there for everyone wants to dig deeper.
Okay, so you guys are just about to embark on a nationwide tour. What are your thoughts on going out west?
Terrified.
Yeah, given our poor organization and directional skills, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
We actually have very little organized right now. Like, we have the shows set up. We kind of know where we're going. We know that we're going west first, and then we're coming back. I'm guessing the opposite of west is east.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. From what I hear, it'll be cold.
How's your experience been out west? Like, have people received your band fairly well?
We don't really know. I mean, the response out east was awesome. Actually, we were really surprised. Like when we toured out east, we did like our own tour, like a headline tour.
Yeah.
And we kind of went expecting 2 people at the shows, but I mean, aside from maybe 1 or 2 of them, I mean, the shows were ran like just at capacity, which is pretty crazy. In that regard, I don't know. It's kind of more exciting to play those cities because people are just so much more stoked on just seeing a live band, period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on. And you guys are playing the Casbah October 3rd or October 13th?
It's at the Casbah Lounge. It's actually my brother Brian, who's the other guitar player in the band. It's his birthday, so it's become somewhat of a tradition the last couple of years that we always have
a birthday show.
A birthday show at the Casbah Lounge specifically. So it will be tight, it will be sweaty, but it'll be a good time.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Former Beverly Hills 90210 stars Jenny Garth and Tori Spelling are reuniting. The actresses will co-star on the new ABC Family series Mystery Girls. The show will focus on 2 former co-stars of a 90s crime-solving TV series who decide to open their own detective agency for real. Mystery Girls is set to begin shooting in November. Spelling and Garth were on Beverly Hills 90210 for 10 seasons. Now let's take a look at what's going on around campus.
I'm Adam Steinberg. Here's what's happening around Mohawk College and Hamilton. On October 9th, come check out some stand-up comedy in the Arnie during Common Hour. Comedian Nick Reynoldson will talk about why he got into stand-up, and Keith Pedro is tackling nightclubs. The Cops Coliseum is hosting the Hamilton Bulldogs home opener this Friday as they take on the St. John's Ice Caps. The puck hits the ice at 7:30 and tickets are now on sale ranging from $25 to $35. And on October 10th, the Arnie will be hosting a murder mystery dinner and show. The event will be James Bond themed and guests are asked to dress in their best Bond outfit to help discover Bond's murderer. The event includes a full chicken dinner and tickets are now on sale in the MSA office for $15. That's all for your community calendar, so let's throw it back to the desk.
That's a wrap for entertainment. Let's head over to Megan Ficciolo with your weather.
Thanks, Chris. Looking at today's weather forecast, Windsor will be mainly sunny today with a high of 18 degrees. London will be partly cloudy with a high of 18 degrees as well. Niagara Falls will see sun today with a high of 17 degrees, and Toronto has a high of 17 with some sun and cloud. And Hamilton will see sun today with a high of 17 degrees. Taking a look at the next 24 hours in Hamilton, this evening we'll see clear skies with a low of 5. Those clear skies will continue overnight, and tomorrow morning we'll wake up to more sun with a high of 19. Looking forward to the next 5 days, we're seeing mainly sunny skies for the rest of the week. Tomorrow there'll be some cloud with a high of 19 degrees, and Thursday will be a high of 19 degrees with a low of 6 degrees. Friday is looking to be sunny and 20 degrees, cooling down to 7 degrees. And looking at your Thanksgiving weekend, we'll see a high of around 20 degrees with a chance of rain on Sunday. That's all for weather. Let's head back to Scott and Alicia.
Let's check in with Taylor Visser to see how people are paying it forward around Mohawk.
Hey Mohawk, today on Pay It Forward we're going to be focusing on breast cancer awareness and what Mohawk's doing to help support the cause. MSA is selling t-shirts around the school for $15 and hosting a pink themed pub night this Wednesday at 9 p.m. There's also many other ways you can help support the cause. Let me show you. Go to the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation website at www.cbcf.org. And if you go to the Get Involved tab, it shows you many different ways that you can help support. The first Sunday in every October, CIBC hosts Run for the Cure. This year, they've raised $27 million. And if you can't participate in next year's Run for the Cure on October the 5th, you can donate online. There you have it, Mohawk. There's so many different ways that you can help support this cause. I'm Taylor Visser, Ignite News.
That's all your Ignite News for today. I'm Scott Summerhays.
And I'm Alicia Gallant. For more news coverage, check out our website at ignitenews.ca. Thanks for watching, Mohawk.